The podcast this week is dedicated to Zecher Nishmas Meir Chaim ben Shalom Shachna, whose shloshim is tonight, Tuesday night, and Wednesday, all Wednesday. Welcome to the Musar Torah podcast for Parshas VaYeshev. Join us as we explore the weekly parsha, uncovering valuable insights and striving to become the best versions of ourselves through Musar teachings. In this week's parsha, we encounter a fascinating moment that reveals profound insights into genuine religious consciousness. The Torah tells us that when Yosef was sold as a slave to Potifar, something remarkable happened. The pasuk says, "Vayar Adonav ki Hashem ito." His master saw that Hashem was with him. Rav Shlomo Wolbe Zeichel Avracha raises an intriguing question that cuts to the heart of our religious practice. What made Yosef so exceptional? After all, don't we also say Baruch Hashem and Yirtzeh Hashem throughout our day? Haven't we too reached the level of Shem Shamayim, shagur befiv, having Hashem's name constantly on our lips? The answer, Rav Wolbe explains, reveals the vast difference between mechanical religious behavior and genuine consciousness of Hashem. When Yosef said, Yirtzeh Hashem, it wasn't just a cultural convention or a habit. He genuinely felt and understood that the outcome was completely dependent on Hashem's will. Every time he mentioned Hashem's name, it came from a place of deep awareness and connection. This stands in stark contrast to how we often use these phrases. How many times do we say Yirtzeh Hashem automatically without truly contemplating what we're saying? Sometimes we might even write B'siyata D'Shmaya at the top of a paper, only to fill it with Lashon Hara. This disconnect between our words and our consciousness is something we must work on to bridge the gap between our actions and our consciousness. Rav Wolbe shares a powerful conversation he had with a gadol who once observed a busy street, and he said, "Look at this street. It's full of people, and not one of them is thinking about Hashem." This striking observation highlights how rare genuine consciousness of Hashem actually is, even among observant Jews. Another telling incident involves Rav Yecheskel Levenstein, Zecher Levracha, Rav Wolbe's Rebbe. When Rav Wolbe asked him how he was doing, Rav Yecheskel simply answered, "Well." Rav Yecheskel felt it would be meaningless to say Baruch Hashem without truly focusing on the words and their significance. This teaches us that authenticity in our religious expression is more important than mere repetition of phrases. There is another crucial lesson we can learn from our parsha. Even for those who have developed a genuine consciousness of Hashem, there is a challenge of consistency. Yosef maintained his religious identity and expression regardless of his surroundings. Whether in Potifar's house or in prison, his recognition and acknowledgement of Hashem remained unchanged. This teaches us that if we are accustomed to saying Be'ezras Hashem or Im Yirtzeh Hashem, we shouldn't alter our behavior based on our audience. True Yirtzeh Shamayim doesn't shift with our surroundings. Like Yosef, we should maintain our religious authenticity wherever we find ourselves. The Sefarno adds another dimension to this understanding. He explains that Yosef's success was so clearly supernatural that even Potifar could recognize it wasn't merely human capability. Crucially, this was only visible because Yosef consistently attributed his success to Hashem. He didn't take credit for his achievements, but openly acknowledged their true source. As we go through this week, let's work on making our expressions of faith more genuine. When we say Baruch Hashem or Yirtzeh Hashem, let's pause for a moment to truly feel and mean those words. This was the midah of Yosef HaTzadik, having Hashem's presence permeate every aspect of his life. And this is how we too can bring Hashem with us wherever we find ourselves. This has been the Masorah Torah podcast. Until next time, may we all merit to grow in our avodas Hashem. Have a good Shabbos.